Let's go, sourdough. We are up. We are lit. It is Sunday, and we are going to talk about the San Francisco 49ers versus the Denver Broncos on prime time football. Oh, boy. Can you smell it? Smells like football, baby. Let's go. You already know the vibe. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Drop an SDS in the chat. Let's freaking go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What is going down to all the homies? Hopefully you guys are having a very enjoyable Sunday as we get prepared for San Francisco 49ers versus the Denver Broncos. And we have a very special guest that is going to join us today. You may have seen him on Instagram, on our page in the past. He's been around the block. We honestly didn't think we were going to hear from him again. I thought he was long gone. I didn't think he would be joining us, but the very special guest who will be joining us today, Ghetto Garoppolo, is back. Look at this son of a gun. Never thought we'd be pulling out the Ghetto Garoppolo meme ever again. Thought it was long gone, but guess who it is? It's the Jimmy G, baby. Russell Wilson, Rumpelstiltskin, Huckleberry Finn, beautiful chin. It doesn't matter. I'm effing back, baby. He's back. And he is going to lead us the rest of the year, which is absolutely wild because we got the reports coming out earlier today. Of course, it wouldn't be 49ers football if the national media wasn't talking about the 49ers quarterback, but it came out today as I guess an official report. I think we all kind of knew this, and we've talked about this at length on this channel throughout the entirety of the offseason. But Jimmy Garoppolo was potentially going to be traded to the Washington Commanders. A deal was in place for multiple draft picks, and from my understanding, Jimmy Garoppolo caught wind of it and then went ahead and had shoulder surgery, which absolutely killed any potential trade for Jimmy Garoppolo from that point forward. And we all know the rest is history. It's freaking wild because we understand what we went through this offseason. We know what it is, so we don't have to bring it back up. But let's say Jimmy did get traded. What would have that meant for the 49ers? Would the 49ers be looking at a Nate Sudfeld-led San Francisco 49ers right now? So it's just wild how these domino effects occur. But as we know, Jimmy Garoppolo will be leading the San Francisco 49ers not only tonight, but for the rest of the season. Crazy times to be alive. But I think we would all agree as of right now, yes, this is old news. It's old news, but for whatever reason, the Adam Schefters and the Ian Rappaports of the world felt it was timely news, so they brought it up. And again, it's all something that we've known for a while now. I think it was pretty easy to tell that was a situation. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't want to go to Washington, so he got shoulder surgery and basically killed any potential trade that could come after that. And the wild scenario that has become is he is now back. So, hey, again, not a big deal, but it just ties back into, again, Jimmy Garoppolo being back going to be the starter tonight against Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. So, I don't know. Not a big deal, but ultimately, I think how we're moving forward with this team, good things ahead. Craycraft caught another touchdown. Is that 2 for today? Shout out River Craycraft. We had River Craycraft on. We interviewed River. Definitely thought River could have been a potential option for the 49ers. They just never used him outside of special teams. But hey, look what happens when you give guys opportunities. They might make the most of it. Shout out the Southern 49ers, aka the Miami Dolphins. They got the whole squad down there. Shout out, love to see Raheem Mostert balling. Love to see Sherfield. Sherfield got a catch today. Saw that, and then River Craycraft is scoring touchdowns out there. So it's just like the San Francisco 49ers. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful to see. Definitely openly rooting for the Miami Dolphins. I'm just a big fan of Mike McDaniel. I've always been a fan of Mike McDaniel, and I will continue to be a huge fan of Mike McDaniel. So he deserves all the success that's coming his way. Got a lot of former 49ers staff over there. So good to see. I got one eye on let's see, NFL Red Zone right now. So if we get any scores or anything to pop up to, keep you in lockstep with your fantasy teams, we can always talk about that. But as of right now, we know what it is. Are you guys excited for today's game? I tweeted about it the other day, but I just feel irrationally confident about the San Francisco 49ers winning tonight. We've talked about it before. There is a phenomenal opportunity for Russell Wilson, the Denver Broncos, that offense that has been kind of sputtering up until this point, to really get back on track. And what better team to do it for them against the San Francisco 49ers, a team that Russell Wilson has a 17-4 record against. I do anticipate Russell Wilson actually coming out, having a good game. I actually do anticipate that the Denver Broncos offense kind of settles in a little bit. Again, new head coach, new quarterback, new staff. It takes some time for things to gel. So, although I still believe the San Francisco 49ers are going to win, I still kind of believe that the Denver Broncos offense will look a little bit better than it has the last couple weeks. And I don't know, something about Russell Wilson seeing that Niner red. Who knows if he figures it out and turns back into Mr. Unlimited. Hopefully for us, he doesn't. But even if he does, I still have so much faith in what I've seen from the San Francisco 49ers defense, the defensive line, the linebacking core, the defensive backs, that I really don't think it's going to be that big of an issue. Do they have weapons? Yes, they do. It looks like Jerry Jeudy will be playing tonight. You also have Courtland Sutton, who is a phenomenal big-bodied wide receiver, and they could and arguably have one of the best 1-2 punches from the running back position in the entire NFL with Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon. Someone that the 49ers new running back coach has a lot of familiarity with. Jamal Williams with a Detroit Lions touchdown. Hey, the Detroit Lions looking kind of nice. Detroit Lions looking kind of nice. Don't sleep on Detroit. Where's Don Burr at? But the Denver Broncos. Sorry, too many squirrels going on. The Denver Broncos do have some good, talented pieces on that team. They have a decent offensive line. So there's a potential that they get it back on track. But I do just have so much more faith with the 49ers defensive front going into this game. It doesn't. So we have no official word yet. Let me double check to make sure that I haven't missed anything. But we haven't gotten official word on Eric Armstead and if he will be playing or not. It we do know that the 49ers elevated defensive lineman Akeem Spence from the practice squad, which is an early indication that Eric Armstead may in fact not be available tonight because they did add additional help to that defensive line. So Eric Armstead could be out. We already know that Ty Davis Price won't be playing tonight. We understand that Tyler Kroft won't be playing tonight. Daniel Brunskill is still out. But the 49ers get back George Kittle. And now Jimmy Garoppolo starting yet again. So big time opportunity for the San Francisco 49ers to come out and have a really big game against a Denver defense that's not bad. We understand some of the guys that they have over there. DJ Jones. We have K'Wan Williams out there as well. But really looking forward to the return of George Kittle. Definitely going to be calling on Kyle Shanahan. Hey, Kyle, I know you watch the show. I know you're a big member and a faithful member of the Sourdough Squad. I know you shout it to yourself day in, day out, SDFs for life. So because you're watching, let's get George Kittle involved, shall we? Let's dial it up because George Kittle's capable. We understand that. That's not the issue. The issue in regards to George Kittle getting production, it's based on how it's schemed. So, hey, Kyle, I got you on the shirt. I know you're listening. Let's get George Kittle a nice welcome back party on Sunday Night Football. That way I can pull all the receipts on all the San Francisco 49er fans that have been slandering Kittle up and down the freaking internet, and I'm looking forward to it. So it'll be a dual task. We not only use George Kittle, get him production, help him get the 49ers in the victory column on Sunday Night Football, but also we double down and we're able to pull a ton of receipts. And you better believe if we get a nuclear performance from George Kittle, we're pulling all the receipts. I can't wait. So really looking forward to that. Excited to see how George Kittle back in the run game as well can help amplify what the 49ers offense can do. Speaking of 49ers run game, it definitely does feel like we're going to get a healthy dose of Jeff Wilson. But who's going to be the other running back that the San Francisco 49ers rely on? Because TDP, who had 14 carries last week, he is no longer going to be a part of the 49ers offensive plan. So who is going to be the running back that steps in? I hope that it's going to be Jordan Mason. But I would not be shocked to see Marlon Mack get some run as well. I do believe Marlon Mack will dress. So you're going to have three running backs dress along with Kyle Juszczyk. But it does feel like the San Francisco 49ers are going to spread the ball out. But do we get prime time introduce the rest of the world to Jordan Mason? Is it Mason stonks, baby? Are we taking Wright and Mason to the moon? Or is it return of the Mac, Marlon Mack, that is? So it's going to be interesting to see. I would imagine that they're going to rely on Mason sooner. He understands the offense a little bit better at this point. Marlon Mack has been here for about a week and a half. Could be enough for him to get acclimated. But I would like to think that it's going to be Jordan Mason, but we understand how it goes. Kyle listens. He says, "Oh, Brad wants Jordan Mason? Nah, not today." So we'll see how it all plays out. But I still imagine the way the 49ers win this game is on the ground. They're going to run the football. They're going to run it often. They're going to continue to do what they do best, run the football, play action off of it. What we're going to get from Jimmy Garoppolo today, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see which Jimmy Garoppolo shows up today. Are we going to get fiery Jimmy? Are we going to get Jimmy Garoppolo with a chip on his shoulder? Are we going to get Jimmy Garoppolo who falls back into the offense and just trying to run Kyle Shanahan's scheme? I hope not. I hope we get spicy Jimmy. I hope we get Jimmy Garoppolo taking shots, throwing outside the numbers, throwing go balls. I want to see it. I would want to see it 100%. I want to see Jimmy air it out. I want to see Jimmy Garoppolo just not care, which goes against the efficiency that we look for, right? It goes against, wanting to play efficient, not putting the ball in harm's way, potentially getting a turnover and things like that. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest. I want to see Jimmy cook. And it doesn't have to be perfect either. It doesn't have to be perfect. He doesn't have to complete everything. He doesn't have to be ultra accurate. But if you get one-on-one coverage with Danny Gray, with Deebo Samuel, with Brandon Ayuk, and you get one-on-one coverage on the outside, and you got a 9 route being ran, throw it. Just throw it. Give your wide receiver an opportunity to, 1, make a play, or 2, force a defensive pass interference. Let's say if he underthrows the ball, give them an opportunity to fight back and create a penalty. We saw that work against Seattle Seahawks when he targeted Brandon Ayuk in the end zone. It was a little bit of underthrown ball, but Brandon Ayuk had an opportunity to come back for it, and as a result, got a defensive pass interference and got the ball on the 1. So give them opportunities. So I want to see Jimmy cook tonight. I want to see Kyle let go of the reins just a tad, kind of like what Jimmy talked about. Oh, I see the Justin Fields pick that you guys are talking about. That just came across. Man, I do love Justin. I'm not going to lie, but I think you can see that Justin Fields has a little bit of a difficult time seeing the field, and he puts the ball in harm's way quite a bit. That was a bad pick by Justin Fields, but hopefully Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't throw any bad picks. Now, if we get a pick, I will be okay with a pick. Again, you're never okay with a turnover, but as long as if we're looking at the overall thought process of the throw, it was a good read, it was a good attempt, it was the right decision to make. Maybe the defensive back makes a better play on the football. I could live with that much better than just, not seeing the underneath linebacker and throwing it right to his chest. So I just want to see Jimmy Garoppolo bring a little bit different of a dimension to his game. Now, is that a function of Kyle? Is that a function of Jimmy? Or is it a combination of both? Because that has been heavily discussed this week heading into this game. Again, Jimmy Garoppolo's comments talking about how it felt like 2017, against the Seahawks game, because he really didn't have a ton of opportunities running with the 1. So it's kind of like a scaled down, kind of a simplified game plan for Jimmy Garoppolo that allowed him to kind of go toss it around. I would like to see that continue. I would like to have Jimmy feel confident in what he's going to execute, which then will translate into more confident throws and better play ultimately in the end. So defense that the Broncos are going against, they got Patrick Surtain out there. He's going to be one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL if he's not considered that already. I believe Justin Simmons is playing, or no, Justin Simmons is on IR, I believe. Or is he playing? Justin Simmons, Denver. Yeah, no, doesn't look like Justin Simmons will be playing. He went to IR, so that's a big plus for the San Francisco 49ers. Justin Simmons is one of the better safeties in the league. So the fact that he's not playing, I want to see Jimmy go downfield. I want to see Jimmy cook. Oh, the Raiders suck, man. Did the Raiders fumble? Oh, they got it back. Raiders have an opportunity to be 0-3 after today. Need it. We need it. Raiders aren't looking that good. 49ers got the Raiders on their schedule week 17, the January 1st game. It's week 3, so we take it all with a grain of salt. All these teams are still trying to figure out what they are, who they are, just like the 49ers are in a sense. But man, well, we're always here to chief on that Raider pack always. So we love to see that. Definitely love to see that. But back to the game that's coming up. What are we going to do, Kyle? How's Kyle going to call this game? Who's he going to scheme open? I want to see Kittle. I want to see Jimmy Cook. I want to see Jordan Mason. I want to see Brandon Ayuk. I want to see more yuck. I would love to see Jimmy, in a sense, force feed Brandon Ayuk. Again, I'm going up against some of my interception. My feed's a little bit delayed, but just saw the interception in the red zone from the Raiders. Sucks to suck, man. Sucks to suck. So I'm kind of conflicting myself in regards to the logic that I have. I want them to be efficient. I want them to take care of the ball. I want them to be methodical. I want all those things, but also at the same time, I want a little bit of that gunslinger mentality. I want a little bit of, you know what? We're going to get this guy the ball, and we don't care if you know that we're going to try to get him the ball. That's where we're going to go with it. So it's a little bit conflicting ideologies, but I don't care. I want my cake and eat it too. I want the efficiency. I want the smart play, but I also want the big play, and I also want to see this team get their playmakers involved. And I think that's really all it comes down to. Let's get these playmakers involved. Let's get healthy doses of Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Jeff Wilson, Jordan Mason. Let these boys feast. Set them up, put them in position to be successful. Everything else will fall into place. So really, really looking forward to it. Jesse says, Brad, question. Do you think Kyle overthinks? Do you think he outcoaches himself sometimes? 100% I do. You guys know I'm a big fan of Kyle Shanahan. I think he is one of the better schemers, play designers, all the things that you can say about Kyle. I think that that's true. I think he's probably one of the most creative minds in the world when it comes to designing football plays and understanding those types of things. But when it comes to the play caller in real time on the field, I think he does second. I think he can get in his own head 100%. So again, we can be objective. Like we don't, I think it's crystal clear that on this channel we don't hate on anyone. So if we're giving a critique or a criticism, it's not coming from a place where I'm literally wearing a Kyle Shanahan shirt. So I do think Kyle can galaxy brain it a little too much. I think he can run through all the different ranges of outcomes, potentially pick the wrong play for the wrong moment, or take his foot off the gas when he should be putting it on. I do think that is true. And I do think I would love to see Kyle continue to develop in that regard. And I don't know if it's going to eventually ever come down to maybe him. He'll always call plays, so that's hard. That's hard to kind of think about. Like maybe one day he will groom someone, but when you groom someone, they end up getting hired to go somewhere else, and you got to reteach someone. So, from a continuity standpoint, it makes the most sense for him to call the plays. Uh, and year in and year out, his philosophy remains with him, and you don't got to deal with recoaching and reteaching. But also, I think at the same time, you know, I do think he gets a little bit in his own head. I would love to see Kyle let it loose a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. Just let Kyle cook in the sense of just let it ride. Be a little bit more aggressive. Take ownership in being aggressive. And because when we look at Kyle Shanahan teams, what is one of the defining things about Kyle Shanahan led teams? They give up leads late. It is what it is, man. We've seen it so many times. 10-point lead for a Kyle Shanahan team is something like going into a fourth quarter is at this point something that gives some of us nightmare fuel. You know what I mean? We've seen it a lot. We've been there. Going into a fourth quarter with a 10-point lead, we don't feel very confident because we see the play calling kind of get a little bit more vanilla. It becomes a little bit more, let's not put ourselves in a bad spot. And it feels like there's a momentum shift that occurs as a result. And it happens with frequency. So I'm I remember the Atlanta game. No, was it the Atlanta game? No, it was I think it was week 12 against the Vikings. I think the 49ers were beating the Vikings by a decent amount heading into the fourth quarter. You heard a lot of people on Twitter and, talking through with a lot of people. They're like, put in the backups, put in the backups. And I'm like, no, do not put in the backups. This team has not proven that they can maintain a lead into the fourth quarter and throughout the fourth quarter. Go back to week 1 against Detroit. This team just historically has not shown that they have an ability to not only maintain but just keep pushing forward. It's like they go into idle zone, and as a result, teams are able to kind of fight back. So that's my only real critique from Kyle Shanahan up until this point. Um, and that is correctable. You can fix that. But we'll see. I just saw again my red zone stream's a little bit behind. Just saw the dime from Tua to Waddle. It's pretty nice. That was really nice. Loving seeing Mike McDaniel and the Dolphins cook as they continue to move forward against the Bills. I mean, could Miami beat the Bills? If Miami beats the Bills, Mike McDaniel is quickly going to be thrust into the conversation early for being one of the better coaches. And I think the 49ers feel that. I think the 49ers feel that early. I think Kyle feels it the most, losing Mike McDaniel. Kyle's talked about it. He's had Mike McDaniel by his side for the almost, I think it was like 18 out of the 20 years he's been coaching in the NFL. Mike McDaniel has been his like right hand man. Um, he's the guy who prepares, knows exactly what Kyle's looking for, knows what Kyle wants. They're an extension of each other, and Kyle lost that along with a lot of staff. Um, a lot of staff. So I think they're feeling that early. But we'll see. We will see how it all plays out in the long run. Again, we're going to give this team some time to gel because they have to. The 49ers are working in a lot of new offensive coaches. Now they get Jimmy Garoppolo back into the mix, but he wasn't a part of OTAs. He wasn't a part of training camp. So there will be some time for them to kind of work through some early bumps and bruises. But Mike McDaniel will be missed for the San Francisco 49ers. He absolutely will. Absolutely will be missed. I want to get my stream caught up here. Big time delayed. But nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. Kyle's going to do what he does, and I'm not worried too much about it. I think it's okay to have some thoughts about Kyle, but I think ultimately Kyle's going to do what he needs to do to put this team in the best position to win. And that's what we're going to look for against the Denver Broncos. Again, I think defense is going to have a big day. Really looking forward to what Nick Bosa does. Again, Eric Armstead could be out, but a potential player that could step in for Eric Armstead. I know Kevin Givens is the popular probably next man up. Potentially Kerry Hyder, who plays on the interior as well. Maybe Charles Omenihu. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Hassan Ridgeway looks like. Hassan Ridgeway, if you go back to last week's game where you had the Talanoa tip that led to a Tashawn Gibson pick, that was big in part due to Hassan Ridgeway walking the guard back into the lap of Geno Smith and forcing an errant throw. So Hassan Ridgeway could be a guy that steps up today. But we're going to be looking at who's going to be that interior defensive lineman. If Eric Armstead can't go, that steps in. I also believe Charles Omenihu is going to have a really big day as a pass rusher. Really think Charles Omenihu could come away potentially with a multiple sack game. Someone on this D line's getting multiple sacks. Bosa, Omenihu, Ebukam, Drake Jackson, someone is coming away with multiple sacks on that defensive line. I feel it in my bones, and it's just going to be a matter of who's it going to be, because that defensive back end is going to be able to hold up in coverage enough and allow this defense to get after these guys. Hey, if they want to run a short game where they are passing 5 yards downfield and they keep everything in front of them, fine. 49ers will let them do that all day. But if they're trying to go deep on the San Francisco 49ers, good luck with that. We already have seen Talanoa Hufanga been everywhere. And Money Mooney and E-Man have been locked down for the San Francisco 49ers. Maybe Drake Jackson reintroduces himself to Mr. Unlimited. This is Drake Jackson with Russell Wilson at a football camp from back in the day. Wouldn't it be poetic if Drake Jackson meets Russell Wilson again, but in the Denver Broncos backfield? That's what would be interesting. But we'll see. Could be a Drake Jackson day. Could be a lot of people on the day that ball out, but someone on that defensive line is going to get multiple sacks. I can feel it. Would be a perfect opportunity for Nick Bosa and the MVP, aka Defensive Player of the Year propaganda. I'm all for it. I want all the Nick Bosa propaganda. So if we're getting Nick Bosa 2+ sacks on the day, oh, you best believe we are starting the defensive player of the year propaganda for Nick Bosa, and it's not even going to be a debate. We are going to be everywhere with that. So looking forward to the defensive line because they're going to have to stuff running lanes. They're going to have to make this team one dimensional, which I believe they can. The combination of that defensive line with the linebacking core that persists of Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, and Azeez Al-Shaair, they're going to make it really tough for that Broncos team to run the football. Wow, what a freaking pass from Patrick Mahomes to Juju Smith-Schuster. Woo! That was talk about threading the needle. Oh boy. That was a dart. And on cue, we also got a Mac Jones interception in the end zone. Poor Mayo Mac trying to come back against the Ravens, isn't able to do so, at least for now, with that interception in the end zone. But 49ers have an opportunity to absolutely suffocate the Denver Broncos run game, which is what we are looking for. We are looking for them to absolutely put clamps on that offensive line, stop Javonte Williams, stop Melvin Gordon, because they're just like any one of these other teams. They want to run the football first. They want to definitely get their footing with the run game going, work play action and the passing game off of it. We'll see if that's what they get. Definitely seen this. 49er fans are everywhere in Denver. Are you guys shocked that the San Francisco 49ers are probably the best, if not one of the best, traveling teams in the NFL? 49ers take over any city that the that the 49ers play in. It's a lot of fun to see. Probably, I would say the 49ers and the Bills are the best traveling fan base. I definitely would say that the best traveling fan base right now is the San Francisco 49ers and the Buffalo Bills. I don't think it's really up for debate at this point. 49er fans, we're just built different. We know this. We know this well. 49er fans are everywhere. We talk about it a lot. You know, like a lot of people on this stream, I guarantee you, aren't all from the Bay Area, aren't all in Cali. I bet we got a lot of people checking in on the stream outside of California, outside, some even outside of the United States. 49ers everywhere. We got Hawaii, SDS. We got people everywhere, man. We got New York in the building. We got Missouri in the building. We got people everywhere. We got people all across the nation, all across the world. Got people holding it down in Seattle. So that's why, man, we travel well. Let's go. We got Honolulu. Aloha Smitty out in Savannah, Georgia. I do declare. We got Illinois, Jersey, El Paso, Oregon. I'm telling you, man, 49er faithful are freaking in every nook and cranny. And when they have an opportunity to go to a game outside of Levi's Stadium, they are 100% going to show up and make their presence felt. Oh, we got Richmond in the building. Let's go. Bay Area's finest. Idaho. Boomer Rat checking in from Oregon. You love to see the squad is everywhere. We'll see what happens with the NFC West today. I feel like all the NFC teams or NFC West teams are playing off in the second window for today. Let's take a look. So we're also going to be watching. We're going to be watching the other NFC West teams. It's not just Niners. So we got the Rams versus Cardinals today. Both of them with a 1-1 record. Who are we rooting for in that game? Who do we want to win? Rams versus Cardinals. I think if it was up to 49ers fans, they would both lose or a tie. I think that would be ideal. They come out of that game with a tie. Hawaii, Illinois, but the S is silent. There you go. Illinois, thank you. Idaho, North Carolina. But looks like we want the Cards. I would agree. I would be right there with you. Gonna be ugly, neither tie. Neither one wins. I would like to see the Cardinals win, I guess, just because I can't stand the Rams. And I feel like the 49ers will match up well against the Cardinals. But I feel like they match up better against the Rams. So I'm torn. If it ends in a tie, then I'm thrilled. Then also we have Falcons versus Seahawks. The Falcons are 0-2. Seahawks are 1-1. Feels like a great opportunity for the Seahawks to drop 2 in a row. Falcons have been close in some of their games, but definitely would love to see the Falcons take down Seattle Seahawks. Stephon Diggs comes limping off the field. Uh-oh. Not good for some of your fantasy teams out there. Stephon Diggs comes limping off. Doesn't look serious. Looks like he'll be back. Oh, we got Jamaica checking in. Well, love to see it. Love to see it. But definitely got to get that Falcons W. Let's go, Falcons. You got it. You got it. Just don't get up 28-3 and we're fine. We're fine from that point on. All right, let's do final score predictions of the day. I've been all over the place with mine because I want multiple things. But let's do final score predictions of the day. What do you guys think? This is your final opportunity to change or adjust as you need to. But what is the final score prediction for the San Francisco 49ers to face off against the Denver Broncos today on Sunday Night Football, prime time, whole world watching? What is the score going to be? Are the 49ers going to boat race these Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson out the building? Is it going to be a tight matchup? We're going to see Russ kind of come back to form here in week 3. What do we think it's going to be? Jesse Wade says 27-23. Vader's dropping 24-13. Big Bird says 17-13. Todd says Brad. David says 24-10. 24-6. 21-17. 49ers get the W. Aloha Smitty says 28-17 over the Ponies. Ooh, Jimmy has 3 TDs. Let's go. 23-20 SDS wins, baby. SDS always wins. 27-10, 35-17, 31-17, 24-17 from Money Mark, 24-10 Robin. Oh boy, you calling for a blowout, JR. Marcus says 35-10. Oh, is that a loss? 49ers lose 14-17. Hope not. Don't want that PTSD to kick back up. Definitely don't want that PTSD to kick back up. Kyoki says 24-14, 27-20, 31-7. Niners D with a pick six. Would love that. I want to see a strip sack. 28-24. Ooh, low scoring game. 31-10. Another 31-10. Kittle goes off. 24-20. Smash that like button. Ooh, shutout. Another shutout. Hey, the 49ers have done a good job of keeping teams out of the end zone. We'll see if that trend can continue. If I had to do a score prediction, I'm going to go 24-17. I want it to be bigger. I want it to be the 49ers just trample the Russell Wilson and these Denver Bronco ponies. I want to see just a good old clobbering. But like I said, I still have to remain and believe that Russ will play decently. And again, not at fault to the 49ers defense. Just Russ probably going to see that red jersey and he's going to get a little nostalgic. And so we'll see. But I got 24-17. I still think the 49ers are going to win. I feel very confident that they're going to win. But I could see Russ having a decent performance on the day just because, I'm not going to count out, Mr. Cornball Russell Wilson because he's had a kind of rough 2 weeks. We'll see. They're going to definitely want to get it back. But hopefully the 49ers faithful show up at the Denver Broncos stadium and make their presence felt. Wow. Almost interception from Josh Allen through Holland's hands as they're trying to come back with the W. Give me a bold prediction today, whether it's a bold stat, whether it's a bold type of like play that goes down. Give me your bold prediction in the chat. My bold prediction today is going to be Charles Omenihu has 2 sacks. So that's going to be my bold prediction on the day. I really think Charles Omenihu is going to get a lot of run, especially in pass rushing situations. I think they're going to play him over the guard. And what I saw last week from Charles Omenihu, the way he was able to work on both the left and right side and be successful, it didn't transfer into a statistic, but he was consistently around the quarterback, making it very hard for him. So if you're getting pressure from, let's say, Nick Bosa, Samson Ebukam on the edges, and you contain Russ within the pocket, which I think is going to be the ultimate goal. You contain Russ within the pocket, let the guys on the interior create the pressure and get to the quarterback because he can't bounce out and create like he always wants to do. So that's going to be my bold prediction on the day. Charles Omenihu comes away with 2 sacks. If it's Nick Bosa coming away with 2 sacks, I'll be just as happy. But I do like the idea of Omenihu balling out. Are they going to be calling out run pass from the bench in Denver? I don't know. Maybe the whole stadium adopts that. We'll see. Chase is saying Kittle balls out. Ooh, I like this bold prediction. Brandon Ayuk, 138 yards and 2 touchdowns. I like this bold prediction as well from Andrew on Facebook. Says 5 sacks for the Niners defense. I think that's going to be in the realm of possibility. I want to see this defensive line eat. Ooh, Mark says Broncos are able to run the ball with Armstead out. I don't know. You got Javon Kinlaw. I don't think it's been officially reported about Armstead. So just for anyone asking in the chat, still hasn't been reported Eric Armstead's status for the day. Hasn't been reported yet. Just doing a quick glance. Nope. So we don't have any official word on Eric Armstead. Kittle. Ooh, I like this one from Aloha Smitty. 220 yards on the ground. That would be fire. Jimmy Garoppolo thanking his lucky stars that he was able to get the shoulder surgery that killed the trade to Washington, as Carson Wentz has been sacked 9 times today. Carson Wentz has been sacked 9 freaking times today. And that was potentially where Jimmy was going to be playing this year if he didn't have the shoulder surgery. Derek Thomas says, my bold prediction is Bosa gets 5 sacks and a strip sack as well. Oh, boy. If Nick Bosa comes out and gets 5 sacks today, if he gets 5 sacks today, screw the defensive player of the year propaganda. We're going straight to MVP. If Nick Bosa has a 5-sack game, MVP propaganda, load up the clip. We're unloading. It's going to be Nick Bosa MVP from week 3 here on out if we get a 5-sack performance. Nick says with 2 sacks from Kyoki. The Tongan missile, even though Chase calls it the Trojan missile, with a forced fumble and a pick. Ayuk over 100 yards receiving. I would love to see that, especially for some of my teams going down. I got a lot of Ayuk stock. Jimmy, 3 tutties today, 2 to GK. Want that action as well. Oh, wow. Chicago beats the Houston Texans on a last-minute field goal. The Chicago Bears are 2-1. The Houston Texans fall to 0-2-1 on the year. So Chicago Bears somehow sneak through with a victory. Also, too, is looking like the Colts are going to potentially come away with a victory over the Chiefs. Wow. Just scored a touchdown to the rookie tight end. Oh boy, we're starting to get some final scores coming in here. I think the Colts are about to beat the Chiefs. 24 seconds on the clock. Indianapolis up 20-17 over the Chiefs. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. All these games kind of coming to a close here. Oh, Josh Allen stuffed. Absolutely stuffed on a zone keeper. Raiders trying to get back into the game. Not looking too hot. Not looking too hot, baby. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Man, 49ers got to play the Chiefs. They got to play the Dolphins. That Dolphins game, week 13, is going to be a fire game. Dolphins week 13 is going to be sick. Chargers week 10. Baker Mayfield week 5. Some good games coming down the slate. Tommy says don't count out Mahomes. You can never count out Mahomes. Oh. Looks like Mac Jones threw an interception, and looks like he's hurt as well. And Mac Jones just went straight to the locker room. Can't put weight on his right leg. Wow. Jimmy G is quickly turning into, I said it before. Oh, wow. Wow, Josh Allen one-hopped it. He had a wide open receiver at the corner to take the lead over Miami, and he one-hopped it. Wow. Is the Miami Dolphins going to pull this out? Still a lot of time on the clock. Oh, man, that was just a bad pass. Wide open in the corner of the end zone. Josh Allen could have put the freaking nail in the coffin for the Miami Dolphins, but he one-hopped it. Oh, boy. That looked like rookie. That looked like a rookie Josh Allen. And here come the Chiefs. Here come the Chiefs. I think they just got past midfield. So the Chiefs are storming back. I love football, man. I freaking love football. I don't care. 49ers football, college football. I just love football. Football is such a wonderful game. Any given Sunday, any given Saturday, anything can happen. I wish I could just pull up Red Zone and we could just watch it together. That would be awesome. If we just had Red Zone watching parties when the 49er, like waiting for 49ers games. We just root against all these other teams. He got intercepted. Oh no. All right, it's just showing the play for me. 8 seconds left. Mahomes has everyone wide, double clutches it, gets propped up on a pass attempted for Juju Smith-Schuster, and the Colts come away with the interception on the play, seal the game. Wow, the Indianapolis Colts, who are 0-1-1 on the year, take down the undefeated Kansas City Chiefs at home. Look at that. And did you guys see too, at the half, Eric Bieniemy and Patrick Mahomes kind of getting after each other, had to be separated by Andy Reid. Ooh, how's this going to translate? How is this going to is there drama in Kansas City? What are the narratives going to be this week? Oh boy. Hey, we got Kansas City coming up week 7. So any type of dysfunction that we can create, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Beautiful win by the Colts. Now the Miami Dolphins are going to try to see if they could get this thing. Looks like they're going to have to punt from their own end zone. So Josh Allen's going to get another opportunity. And there's a lot of time on the clock. 1 minute, 37 seconds. Josh Allen is definitely going to have an opportunity to come back and score. So the Bills aren't dead yet. They are not dead yet. They blocked it? They blocked it? No way. All right, I can't wait for this replay to come back. Again, my stream's slow. So I'm probably like 32 a minute behind on my stream. But I'm seeing it in the chat. Blocked punt Bills. Oh, I can't wait till this comes up. And they got a safety? Oh boy. Oh boy. Miami? I'm seeing it on Twitter. It said butt punt? Did he punt this off someone's butt? Come on. Where's the replay at? Oh, here we go. All right. So they're at the 1 yard line. Dolphins punter's got his heels basically at the back of the end zone. So not your typical distance for punting. Oh, right off his butt. Oh, out of the back of the end zone. Oh no, it's not a typical punt, my boy. Was that Sherfield? Oh, it was off Sherfield's butt too. Oh, it was off Sherfield's butt. Sherfield needed to squeeze on that one. Typically, I think the punter's like 15 yards away. Wow. Mac Hollins with the touchdown on the fade to the corner of the end zone with the Raiders over the Titans. Yeah, Sherfield, you can't get depth there. You gotta squeeze up. Sherfield walked his butt right into the back of the punter. The good old butt punt. Wow. That's tough. The butt punt. It's everywhere. Jeez. So, what does that do for the Bills? The Bills, I still think, are down. The Bills are down. It's 19-21. So now a field goal wins it, whereas a field goal wouldn't have done anything. They would have had to score a touchdown. So now a field goal wins the game. Ooh, this is scary for the Dolphins. That's scary. Worst case scenario, worst case scenario would have been a touchdown. But Bills get the ball back and a field goal wins it. Wow. Let's see. Lions, Vikings. That one's coming down to the wire. That one's coming down to the wire. So, what a wild finish to these early window games. Raiders down by 2 points. So, it looks like the Raiders are going to go for an onside kick. Good day to be a Raider hater. So, hopefully that means they didn't get the onside. Yep, they didn't. They didn't. Let's go. We're smoking that Raiders pack. Oh, who just shanked the kick in the Vikings game? So, and I agree with this, Gabe. All we want is the 49ers to get that W. Wow, Vikings score. KJ Osborne, deep throw from Captain Kirk. Oh, the Lions. Where's Don Burr? Someone check on Don Burr. I think Don Burr is sweating right now. Don Burr is sweating. Bills are moving the ball down the field. Boy. Once these last games come to a close, we'll get out of here, but I want to see what the outcomes of these games are. Looks like the Bills just converted a 3rd and 1. Vikings just scored a touchdown to go up 28-24 over the Lions. The Lions still have a chance, but they only have 45 seconds to come back. And I think they are out of timeouts from what I can see. So far in the early window, Titans officially win, Colts officially win, Ravens beat the Patriots, and the Panthers beat the Saints. Also, Bears beat the Texans 23-20 on a last minute field goal to win the game. So, and we're looks like the Eagles are definitely going to take care of business with the Commanders. Jets look like they're going to fall to the Bengals. Bengals are going to get their first win of the year. Will the Bills pull it out against the Dolphins? I don't know. We are going to find out. The NFL is definitely hyped today. I'm loving it. I can't wait till this game tonight. Just feels like these early games, we're starting to get some like a lot better games. I feel like the 49ers Denver Broncos game is just going to be the cherry on top for today. It's just going to be that matchup. Again, I don't think it's going to be a straight boat racing as much as I want it to. I still think Russ is going to kind of get it together a little bit, but I think it's going to be a great game. Did the Dolphins do it? Did the Dolphins do it? Wow. They did it. They did it. Josh Allen's human. Tua. Mike McDaniel. Trent Sherfield. River Craycraft. Raheem Mostert. The South Beach 49ers come away with the W. Ooh, the Detroit Lions, they're coming back. They just got to the 50. All right, once this Detroit Lions game's over, we'll get out of here. But shout out Mike McDaniel, man. Always going to root for Mike McDaniel no matter what. Doesn't matter. Mike McDaniel's always going to be a coach that I have so much respect for. What he did for the 49ers over the years, I'll never not root for Mike McDaniel. It's even going to be hard. Week 13, when the Dolphins come to town, it's going to be a hard one. Of course, I'm going to root for the 49ers, but, you know, it's going to be a great matchup. Week 13, December 4th, Dolphins come to Levi Stadium. The whole squad back. Bunch of current and former 49ers on the field. Oh, Jared Goff almost just threw a pick. Wow. Did he throw it? We're getting a Detroit lost interception. I just saw him almost throw an interception. That would have been a bad pick. That would have been an ugly one. But let's see. Goff drops back under pressure. Just literally doubt. God, what are we doing? Come on, Jared. What the hell was that, man? Oh my God. What a terrible pick. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on, Goff. Hey, I'll be honest, man. I'm a Goff truther. I'm a Cal fan, so I got a soft spot for Jared Goff, former Cal Bear. So, but that was terrible. What are we doing, Goff? Bro rolls out to his left. They didn't pick up the stunt on the offensive line. Throw the ball away, bro. Throw the ball away. What are you doing? Just throw it. You had like 9 seconds left. Come on, man. Oh, wow. Oh, we got some viral video. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. Oh boy, this is crazy. Hold on one second. Look at Ken Dorsey. Probably was is definitely going to be one of the hottest names in the coaching carousel coming up. But oh my gosh, dude. This is nuts. Hey, I feel it though. I'm not gonna lie, like I get it. Damn, he hit the camera too. Ooh, that's what you call big mad. Oh, what a catch by Marquise Callaway. Holy hell, man. But Ken Dorsey, offensive coordinator for the Bills, clearly upset that they lost that game. Definitely should have won it, but yikes. He was pissed. Wow. He's seen enough. He's seen enough. He's like, what are we doing here, man? How can we do this? Wow. He's pissed. He is pissed. Just got beat by the Dolphins. I get it. I get it. Unfortunate to get that caught on camera, though. Yeah, unfortunate to get that caught on camera. But felt like a self-inflicted wound type of day for the Buffalo Bills. Wow, what a crazy game, though. What a crazy game. Yes, I am absolutely going to be going live after the game. I'll also be going live on Cron 4 at 10:30 as well. So I'll be doing a bunch of lives after the game. Of course, we'll be doing it here on YouTube and Facebook. So keep an eye out. I think today I'm just gonna go right after the game. So right when the game's over, we're going up. So keep an eye out for that. Uh, turn those post notifications on so you don't miss it when we schedule it. Because we're just gonna go up. I think I'm just gonna bypass the press conferences, and I think we're just gonna go straight into live reaction after the game. So that's what to keep an eye out for. Once the 49ers versus Denver Broncos game concludes, I will be going live right after for instant reaction to whatever goes down. So make sure you tap in with me and the rest of the SDS, hopefully talking about a W. Ooh, hopefully talking about a W. We will be talking about a W, not hopefully. We will. We will be talking a W. Oh, man. Coach says that's just a small glimpse, Brad. Just imagine feeling like that and then having to answer questions from media guys. That's the one thing, man. Like being a coach and having to go through all that type of stuff, being a player and then go speak to the media after that, man, that is a tough situation to be in because you don't want to be overly emotional. You try to keep it together. You don't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to say something that will turn into a freaking viral quote. There's a lot to think about when you're a coach and a player, and something unfortunate goes down, and then you got to stand in front of the media and talk about it. So Ken Dorsey, is going to have a lot of questions about his temper tantrum in the box. Again, I get it. I understand it. Football's a game of passion. You lose a game like that you should have won. I get it. Like, I'm not going to hold that guy's feet to the fire too much. Again, this game is a passionate sport. A lot of emotions are into it. So, hey, I'd rather see him be emotional in that sense, be upset by a loss than, oh, whatever. We'll get him next week. He clearly is invested. He clearly wants a W, but yeah, he's going to have to talk to the media after that for sure. But we still got some time. So there's going to be the afternoon games coming up. Jacksonville versus the Chargers. Again, we got the rest of the NFC playing right now. So we're going to obviously be keeping our eyes on Rams versus Cardinals, as well as Falcons versus Seahawks, until we wait for our game where the entire world will be watching 49ers versus Broncos. Jimmy G, QB1. Oh boy, let Jimmy cook. Hopefully we get a good old-fashioned Jimmy cooking it up today. Again, going through some of the earlier games today. Colts beat the Chiefs. Dolphins beat the Bills. Vikings beat the Lions. Ravens beat Patriots. Bengals beat Jets. Eagles demolish the Commanders. And Panthers beat the Saints. 49ers go to Panthers week 5. So that one is going to be interesting. Mac Jones looks like he's hurt pretty bad. Can't even put weight on his leg. So we'll see what happens with Mac Jones, but it looks like Mac Jones is going down. QB Josh Allen just went into the x-ray room after the game. Oh, boy. So not a good day for some quarterback injuries on the day. So we'll continue to see how that plays out. Obviously, the 49ers know a thing or two about quarterback injuries. We pray to the football gods that Jimmy Garoppolo stays healthy the rest of the year. We pray. But until then, do what you need to do to get ready for this game coming up. It's a big one. 49ers need this W. We need to get the momentum back on track. We need the Nick Bosa propaganda to pick up. I want all of it. I want all the smoke today. So appreciate everyone for tapping in today. Again, I'm going to be going live right after this, or right after the game on Sunday night. So turn the post notifications on. And if you haven't subbed yet, what are you doing? Hit that sub button. Become a member of the SDS. It's all you got to do is sub to the channel. Smash that like button when you see a video and bring good vibes. So definitely looking forward to tonight's victory. And appreciate everyone tapping in. Yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. Definitely a good place to end it. So get ready for a big game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got a huge game. Gotta get this guy taken care of. Mitch says you should do play-by-play on games. I like your vibe. So I appreciate that. Hey, we used to do play-by-play last year. We would live stream the games and I would just talk through it. But I do too much other content as well, so it just became way too much. But I appreciate that. I would love to potentially do the game-by-game play-by-play for 49ers maybe one of these days. We'll see. Maybe we'll switch it up and do a live watch party. We'll see. There you go. We have Rombo already. Perfect. But again, stay tuned after our game. Tap in with me, live reactions, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys. Smash that like button on your way out. Let's get this dub tonight. Let's go. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it.